This is The Minimum Commitment, film theory in small doses, where sometimes the more truth you uncover, the less any of it matters. I'm Don Lawler, film scholar, audio sleuth, and someone who knows that in film noir, solving the case won't save you, especially when the system wrote the crime in the first place. Let's get into it. What happens when you combine existential despair with systemic corruption? You end up with a world where truth becomes poison, and the closer you get to justice, the more it burns. Some places aren't built to be understood. They're built to look like they make sense until you look too closely. Roman Polanski's Chinatown is one of those places. Chinatown isn't just a detective story. It's a slow revelation of how power modifies truth. Through the lens of Marxist political theory, the film exposes a world where corruption isn't the breakdown of a system, it is the system. Land, water, legacy, these aren't just MacGuffins. They're currency and control. It's ownership of the future. Now, add existentialism and you've got something colder. This isn't about good guys and bad guys. It's about a man slowly realizing that his actions don't matter. Because in this story, the structure is too big to fight. Jake Gittes, portrayed by Jack Nicholson, exudes a cool confidence that conceals his gradual unraveling. He doesn't lose because of a mistake, he loses because he believes the truth has a specific purpose. Gittes is confident when we meet him, a private detective who makes his living exposing affairs and embarrassing the powerful. He thinks he knows the game, but the case that walks through his door isn't what it seems. At first, it looks routine. Follow a man, take some photos, catch him in a lie. Jake's done it 100 times. It's the kind of job where the worst thing you expect is a dirty look and a check that clears. But this one's different. This one comes with a body count. The names don't match. The motives don't make sense. There's a dead man in a reservoir and too many people pretending not to notice. Evelyn Mulwray's story doesn't quite add up. She says one thing, the evidence says another, and Jake can't tell if she's lying or just surviving. Faye Dunaway plays Mrs. Mulwray with a kind of fragile precision. Elegant and controlled, but always holding something back. It's a performance built on half-truths and carefully managed breakdowns. And you feel it every time she looks away instead of answering. Meanwhile, the city's water is vanishing, land deals are shifting in the shadows, and the deeper Jake digs, the more obvious it becomes he's not unraveling a mystery. He's being pulled into one. And the men at the center, they're not worried about whether Jake finds the truth. They don't care if he ever makes it out. John Huston's character, Noah Cross, isn't hiding in the shadows. He's calm, civil, almost avuncular. And that's what makes him terrifying. He doesn't threaten. He doesn't lie. He simply owns everything. And when he says,
"You may think you know what you're dealing with, but believe me, you don't,"
he isn't gloating. He's explaining how the game is played. He's not evil in the traditional sense. He's what happens when you give one man the means to rewrite morality in his own name, and no one stops him. Evelyn is not a femme fatale. She's a survivor in a world that doesn't have a place for her. Her secrets aren't manipulations. They're shields. Every time she withholds information, it's not to mislead, it's to protect. To protect her daughter, her dignity, and what little control she has left. Film noir doesn't reward protection. It punishes it. And the more Jake tries to help her, the more evident it becomes. He's not her savior. He's just another man who doesn't understand the stakes.
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
That final line in the film isn't resignation. It's a verdict. Jake Gittes uncovers the truth. He follows the trail, exposes the villain, pulls every thread. And it doesn't matter. Chinatown isn't a place. It's a condition, a state of confusion, futility, and invisible violence, where knowing is worse than not knowing. It means you saw it coming and couldn't stop it. Chinatown doesn't give you closure. It gives you clarity. Not the kind that saves you, the kind that stays with you. Like one of those bruises you can't explain. In the end, truth doesn't liberate. It just shows you who was never in danger to begin with. That's your thought for the day. Minimum commitment, maximum meaning. See you next time. The Minimum Commitment is produced, recorded, and edited by Don Lawler. Music by Semo.